Hi, it's Sarah from Little Urban Cottage. Welcome to my FlossTube number 3. We're in a different location today. My kids are home from spring break and have taken over the downstairs. So this is another part of our house where I do a lot of my stitching. This is a quilt my mom made, and I just set it for me. It's one of those puffy quilts. I sit it in the back of my chair because I just like to look at it. So a little bit of a life update. We had a baseball tournament, softball, the softball team over with lots of people, lots of girls. I did try stitching in the car on the drive and it did not work out well. So that is going to be crossed off our list of things I can do. We are getting ready to leave for vacation, so I've been super excited about that and getting lots of things ready. But let's get into what I have been doing. So I have a couple new starts that I'm gonna start. So the first one, it's the Stitching with the Housewives. This one is the lavender seeds. So I'm gonna do the lavender seeds, the daisy seeds, the sunflower seeds, and also the coneflower seeds. I saw someone, and I can't for the life of me remember who, but they did a couple seed packets in pillow form and stuck them in the little dough bowl, and I thought that was the cutest thing. So I'm pretty sure that's what I'm gonna do with those, and I'm gonna have them on my table in like a centerpiece. Then my other new start is going to be Bumblebee Kisses for the It Be Tuesday. I have 4 patterns that I'm gonna work on as like in a display. So I finished one, and I'll show you that in a little bit, and then this is the one that I'm gonna start working on next. So I'm almost positive I'm gonna finish a couple in pillows and then a couple other, but I'm not so sure. So I'm gonna wait to do all the finishing together to see how it kind of looks with, I have a bunch of bee stuff from last season, and see how I want to set that up. But I'm excited to, I love stitching words, so I think that this one is going to be a lot of fun. Then my next start I'm going to do is another Stitching with the Housewives, Long May She Wave, and again, give me all the trucks. I love all the vintage trucks, so I'm excited about this. I have this one all ready to go, so we're gonna get started on this week. Now for my whips and what I've been working on. So Quilt O Graphy got a little bit of work this week. I was able to finish almost all this section right here, so it is coming along really nicely. I am not gonna take this one with me on vacation just because you can only take so many, and it's kind of a lot of color changes. So, but one thing I did talk about how I'm using the Cosmo thread for that and how it wasn't working really well. It's just like it's shredding. So someone had suggested changing, on one of the comments, changing a needle. So I did that and it seemed to work a little better, but I don't want to bobbinate these like I do with my DMC because I'm afraid I'll get them kind of mixed up. So I got these cute little bobbins on Amazon, and I just roll up my extras on that and just throw them in my bags. And I'm just going to keep these cute little ones for strictly the Cosmo thread. I'm not sure how much more I'll get of it because I'm not like super in love with it, but I do like the little bobbins, and I'm going to put them in a little jar when I'm done with this project. So that is Quilt O Graphy. And then my next thing I worked on this week was Fall on the Farm, and I got the first month all the way done. So it is coming along. I did not get the second month started, and I'm not going to take this one on vacation either because it's just a lot of color changes and it wouldn't be an enjoyable. It's fun. This one is really fun to do, like watching TV with my kids when they want to watch something that I do not want to watch. So I don't have to pay attention at all. But this one I'm really excited about, and I know that I'll get to this one. So I'm using all her called for colors and 16 count Ada for this one. So that was another whip I had. And then I started stitching with the Housewives calendar crates May, and I got pretty far on this one. This calendar crate is probably one of my favorites. I do like the November one a lot too, with all the pumpkins, but this one I love all the quilts and the aquas and the reds. So I am going to take this one on because I want to get this finished so I can have it up for May. So I should be able to get a really good, I don't know if I'll finish it on vacation, but I'll get I should probably be able to finish all the bottom. And then I didn't leave a ton of room on my bottom. So I definitely know I'm going to finish this with sticky board, so I don't think I'll need a lot of room, but I'm not sure how I made that mistake. And I'm a starter in the middle, so I fold my fabric in fourths. I don't know who else starts in the middle, but that's how I learned to do it, and old habits die hard, I guess. So, but this, I had a hard time putting this one down. It's a fun one. Then I also got started on May Truckin Along. So I got most of the truck done. I'm doing this on the chalkboard Ada 14 count. I am doing this one in the 2 fabrics because I had already cut it and I didn't want to waste the fabric, but I am on the hunt for another. I'm not loving my Truckin Along display, so I'm still looking for something different, but moving after this month, I'm going to stitch them in one piece. So I left 3 stitches in between the month and the truck part. But I really, and you know, I've told you guys in previous videos that when my husband and I met, he drove an old yellow stepside. So this one is very just reminiscent of when we were dating. So this is a really fun one for me. I actually got to work on a lot of projects this week, which was nice. Now, I did get a lot done on my So Happy one, and I need to finish up this week. I didn't get this one ironed, sorry, but I did get a lot done. So here's how it looks. I do need to finish this one on my trip. So I have the rest of the sewing machine and the rest of the sewing machine and the happy and the H and the A and the star, and then the border. The border should not take long at all. I think all the hard parts are done, but this is looking really good. I am loving how it's looked. I used the Fabric Flare Gray Gingham with all her called for colors. So Fat Quarter Shop just released another kind of sewy quilty pattern. Oh, I forget what it's called, but they just released it, and she's gonna do Fat Quarter Shop Kimberly is gonna do it for Mania, and I ordered it, of course, and I'm gonna change the colors to match this one, so my recipient of this can have both of them in their sewing room. So I'm super excited for that. And I know I'm gonna have to wash this one because it has gotten dirty, because this is the one I take to all of the baseball and softball, and with the wind it's gotten dirty. So if you have a tip for washing your cross stitch, please share in the comments, because I've never washed cross stitch before. I've never thought I needed to, but this one is definitely going to need to be washed. And it's also has got me thinking about what projects I can take and what projects I can't take, because, you know, I wouldn't want to wash the fancy floss. So just DMC projects are going to be the ones that are going to be taken to ball practices. Now, my last one is, let me get the picture out. So I did the Gnomeville Mystery Stitch Along. So here's what's been released so far. And look, he is just so cute. I can't wait to stitch him. So she'll release a section every month, and I finally got my fabric. So I'm stitching it on 14 count Breeze by Lori Holt in her vintage fabric with all the called for colors. It is a little bit lighter, which I don't think is going to be a huge issue, or at least I'm hoping not. Now, I was thinking that on this little sign, I might have to outline it in black, or even in one of the browns for this, for how the little post is, but I'm not sure. So I'm going to wait until the whole piece is done and see if I need to outline anything, because my fabric choice was a little bit lighter. But this one has been fun. I had a really hard time, and I love everything about this. It's an easy stitch, but I love the little scallop border. So I'm assuming it's going to go all the way around. So it's really cute. I'm kind of thinking this might end up as a project bag piece, or I'm not sure. I'm not sure where I'm going to put it in my house. I try not to stitch things where I don't know exactly where I'm going to put them, especially bigger things, because I don't like it when projects just sit around without a home. So yeah, this might have to like live in the laundry room or something, but this is a really fun piece. I couldn't say no to it. Another one I got very little work on is the Bloom Where You're Planted. And I would have gotten more done on this, but I made 2 big mistakes because I wasn't paying attention and I couldn't count. So I had to do a lot of taking out of stitches. But I did get some of the border done. Not a lot, but a little bit done of that. So that is, I am going to take this one on our trip. And if I finish this So Happy and I finish a lot of the May calendar crates, I will work on this. But I thought this one would be a good one because there's a ton of yellow in this boot, and there's not a lot of fabric color, there's not a lot of floss color switches. So it's a good one just sitting and relaxing. So I'm excited. I hope I get to work on this one. I'm not sure that I will though. So there is one thing, I finally did get the fabric for the This Is the Day, and I wanted to show you guys that. So I'm sure everybody has seen this Plum Street sampler pattern. This is the Day. It is probably it is my favorite market release, and I'm sure it's a lot of people's. That pink house is to die for. I love all the colors. I don't think I'll be switching anything out. The only thing I might do, and I'm not 100% positive, but I might leave out the words and just stitch the house. But I'm not sure. So what I'm going to do is cut the fabric for the whole piece, do this part first, see how it's going and see how it's looking, and then go from there. So the fabric I chose was 16 count white chocolate. I love Ada. I have a hard time stitching on anything else. It's not fun. It's not fun to be squinting and looking and trying to find the holes. Maybe someday down the line when I have a little bit more patience, I'll try linen, but I'm an 8er girl for right now. So this is, and 16 count I have no problem with. I do want to try 18 count, but I need to find the right project for that, and I haven't found it quite yet. So I'm excited to start this one. This one I will not start until we get back from vacation, but I definitely see this going in my rotation. So I was curious how everybody decides what they're gonna stitch. I know I stitch bees on Tuesday because I think that that is so fun, but typically I just pull out a project in the morning. I wake up super early, my son and I go to the gym, and then we get home and I'm tired. So we have a couple hours before we have to get ready for school. So I usually do some cross stitching in the morning because I can't do much else. So that's kind of my quiet time. I'll think of projects I want to do. I'll just sit and watch a FlossTube and cross stitch, or listen to a book listen to an audio book. So the morning time is where I get a lot of stuff done before I have to. My kids are older, they don't need me to help them get them ready. You know, they tell me when it's time to go and I'm running down the stairs throwing on shoes because they're already ready. They're very self-sufficient, which is so nice. So that's that one, and it's gonna get us start when we get back. So I did get one finish done, the Be Nice or Buzz Off. And again, I'm gonna wait to do all the fully finished when everything's done. So it's gonna be a little bit of time before I get that done. This little one is like sticking out. So I do try to only do bees on Tuesday, but sometimes other things kind of pull my way. But this is another really fun one. And I didn't change any of the colors for this one, and this is 14 count white Ada. So I told you guys the projects I'm gonna take. So the first one I'm gonna work on is the So Happy, and that definitely needs to get done because it's a gift for Mother's Day from my mom. So she doesn't watch my FlossTubes, but she you know, she taught me how to sew, or we kind of learned together. I've always been super creative, and it was I always wanted to quilt and do things like that, and so we ended up taking a class together, and I took off with quilting, and she dabbles here and there, and she makes a lot of charity quilts and things like that, and easier quilts. But she's a sewer, and it's always fun when I go to her house and we stay in her sewing room, and it's really fun that we just get to do our thing. And you know, I saw someone on Instagram and their daughter was kitting up a project, and I was like, oh, I wish my kids would do fun crafts with me. And neither one of my kids are interested in crafting or cross stitching or sewing, or I have a hard time getting them to write their names on cards sometimes. But I know that this is going to be a short video, but I did get some haul I want to show you. I haven't used these before, but I'm kind of excited about it. These are the bee drops. I just thought it was super cute because of all the bees. I'm sure everybody's seen these, but I thought about using the fancy floss for these. So I bought those ones, and then I got some fabric. I'm gonna put these on my little my project bags. So this one is Stitch. These are the Lori Holt charms. I don't know if I've said this before, but I'm kind of obsessed with her right now. She's got a ton of pretty fabric out. She's got this new plaid line, and then she's coming out with this scrappy quilting book that I am like, I have it on reserve at the Fat Quarter Shop, so I'm dying to get that. And cross stitching might take a back seat for some quilting. So I got that one, and then I got this cute little strawberry one. And then I also got the flower floss ones too, just to try them out. I'm not sure. I'm really curious to see if I like these or not, and how I like the DMs. So for DMC, I just wound them on the bobbins, and I'm really happy with that. And then I haven't had any issue with the Classic Colorworks little cards. Those work just fine for me. The Weeks Die Works cards are a little bit smaller, and I don't use a ton of Weeks Die Works, but I could see those getting lost and needing to be on a plastic little floss holder. So I've been thinking about like what I'm gonna stitch for Halloween and how to incorporate more Halloween stuff into my stitching, because I really kind of want to get ahead instead of staying like right by the seasons. So I got this. I'm gonna take it out of the plastic because it's always hard to see in there. But it's called Nevermoor. I'm sure some of you have seen this. It's an older pattern, but it is just, I love everything about it, honestly. So it's by Linda Studios. I got it on Etsy. It was the last one she had, but I'm sure if you just type in Nevermoor and you'll find it. But it's a poem by Edgar Allan Poe, and I love the little crow there. I probably will do some color changes when I kit it up. I'm not sure yet, but it's definitely, I think this is going to be a summer start. It's not huge, but it's not super small either. So it's got a 161 by 235 stitch count. So it's a bigger piece, and it's got some kind of full coverage right here a little bit, but the words aren't that big. And then obviously the crow has got some good coverage. Then I also got this hands-on design. I saw the Sweetwater, I think it was the Sweetwater Stitcher. She had this and was stitching this up, but I'm definitely going to make the bag. I'll pull this up a little closer so you can see it with this one. It's really cute. And I'm probably going to do a couple of color changes on this one too, but I'm not sure. This is definitely going to be a summer stitch too. So I'm excited about this one. And then the rest of my haul is just some floss to finish up some kits. So I got a ton of bamboo. So lots of bamboo. The new Tropical Paradise, Wisconsin Woods. So just a couple, but and then I got some Weeks Die Works too, just to finish up a little kit. But I could totally see these little ones getting lost, or just, you know, they're thick if you've used them, but I'm definitely going to put these ones on the floss flowers. So I know today was a shorter video, but I just didn't get a lot of stitching done. We're leaving tomorrow, and I'm so excited. We are ready for a vacation. So thanks for watching my FlossTube. I have all the links in the profile, in the little description of how the show is, if you need to get any of the patterns or want to know exactly what pattern I was talking about. So thanks for watching me. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe. Have a great day.